Hello there, you welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Doxes. Today we are making a transparent soap base, and it was an order which I took opportunity to also record it. And the keyword here is without stick blender, without crockpot. This video contains a lot of details which will make you understand how to get this soap very clear or very transparent. The last video that I did, there was a lot of questions, and I decided to also take advantage of this to record and then answer a few questions that people did ask in the old video. So now I am measuring out my oils, and that is coconut oil 560 grams, but I had 561, so I have to take the one out because we did not superfat this, and there shouldn't be any extra oil which will not be saponified by the lye, so I have to take the 1 gram on top of it out. Now I'm measuring out my stearic acid, which is 140 grams, and I will set my oil on fire now. Now this is the double boiler method because I find out that it does speed up the process for me. Crockpot does slow me down whenever that I try to use it for making a transparent soap base. So my oils are at 172.2 degrees Fahrenheit now. And for this process to be successful, you need your oils and your lye to be very, very, very hot. You need it at a very high temperature because you're not going to need a stick blender. The lye water has to be very hot to help you speed the process for you. So I've measured out my lye, I've measured out my water to mix up with my lye. Now I'm going to mix this, and I'm going to take this outside so that I don't breathe in the fumes coming out because it's not healthy. Now this video is going to be a long one, but I took my time to share some very detailed information, so only if you're going to have time to watch it to the end, you're going to understand everything. Now I'm taking my lye water, my oils measurement again, temperature again, and that is around 177.6 degrees Fahrenheit, and my lye solution is 208.7 degrees Fahrenheit. Your lye solution has to be as hot as anything. It has to be very, very, very hot. So I'm going to mix my lye solution with my oils now. Now one thing that you need to take note of is if with your lye solution being hot like that and your oils being hot like that, you don't have to turn away from your soap. If you turn away from your soap, you will come back to see a whole lot of mess on your counter. I can't count how many times I have to stir this down just so my soap wouldn't volcano, but it did, but just that it did not mess up because the lye solution was very, very hot. 208.7 degrees Fahrenheit is very, very, very hot. I did not edit this video, I just speed them up so that you're gonna see everything that I am doing. That's why the video is quite long. I think 15 minutes is long, but it's not so long to the extent that you cannot watch it to the end, only if you want to get all the information. I did stir this for quite some time because I didn't want the soap to volcano, and I didn't want it to come on top like that, so I was just stirring just to incorporate everything together. And right when I tried to cover it up with a plastic wrap, the soap just started coming on top. It was right about to volcano, so I immediately took off the plastic wrap just to stir it down again so that it doesn't mess up. Okay, so now I am going to cover it again, and let's just wait to see what is going to happen next. And this whole process I think took more than 20 minutes. I think it took me like 30 minutes or roughly around 40 minutes to get everything done. Because I did not use a stick blender, I have to wait for a while just for everything to dissolve. Okay, so you can see the soap coming up again. Forgive me, I just have to clean my lens because I felt like it wasn't so clear. So the soap is rising up again so quickly, if you can see that, but I just decided to leave it for a while to see what is going to happen. So I just check my water, and I think I have to top it up. Okay, now I'm going to stir this down again. I think this may be the last one. I don't know. I think yeah, it's gonna be the last one. Then the next thing is gonna be my solvent. That's my glycerine, my isopropyl, and then my sugar solution. So I'm covering it up again, and I'm gonna wait if it's gonna come on top again. And I think it's rising again. Yeah. Wow. Now another volcano, so fast. That's what happens when your lye solution is as hot as 208.7 degrees. You have no chance or no time to turn around. You just have to focus on it 24/7 until you are done, or until at the point that you can add your glycerine, or you can add your either ethanol or isopropyl to it. That's when you can actually leave your soap. At this point, you cannot do anything aside just standing there staring, watching it, keeping an eye on it. So at this point it's done. It's not coming on top again, so I added my glycerine. That is 200 grams, and then that is my isopropyl. For this very recipe I used isopropyl 70%, and it was 400 grams. So I'm breaking down the chunks in it so that it is going to dissolve faster. At this point, if I had a stick blender, or if I was using a stick blender, I would have just blended it a little bit so that it helps speed up the process, but that's fine. This is going to take a while, but it's not going to take more than an hour to dissolve, so it's going to take roughly around 15 minutes or 10 minutes. So if you get to this level and you still think that it's slowing down, it's normal. Yeah. So I'm gonna cover it up again for the heat, for the alcohol in the heat to help dissolve all the soap very fast for me. So let me get you closer to what is happening. You can see it's still dissolving. They are still dissolving, and I have to wait. This took more than 10-15 minutes. Usually if I had used a stick blender, it would have taken like 5 minutes to dissolve. So I'm setting my sugar solution on fire now. I have my sugar 100 grams and then my water 50 grams in there, and it's ready now. So my sugar solution is around 187.7 degrees Fahrenheit. It has to be hot so that it will help dissolve the ones which aren't dissolved yet in the soap. So I covered it up again, and at this point I just have to wait for 3 minutes, or let's say roughly like 5 minutes, just for the small particles in there to dissolve as well. And I did turn off my stove. I did not need the heat anymore, so I turned off the stove at this point, and I just left it there for the vapor to help it out a little bit. And now it's ready. So I have my mold set already, and I did not add fragrance to this. Most of the time for my transparent soap base, I don't add fragrance. You can see how clear it is even from the bowl. I don't add fragrance to it because some fragrance just they will just how do I put it, they will just make the soap at the end is going to change the color of my soap. So I don't usually add fragrance when I'm going in for a transparent soap base. So we are done now, and let me get you closer to it, just taking the bubbles off. We are done now, and for this very one I left it on my counter for like 15-20 minutes before getting it inside the fridge, because at that moment there wasn't a light around, my electricity was off, so I just have to leave it there and then wait for a while. So after 20 minutes I just kept it inside the freezer, and it's done now. So I'm cutting them, and it is an order, so I have to just cut them into cubes. After the struggle, this is the end results. I'm done. Is this not beautiful? Oh, That's so, that's one thing that I'm one amazing thing about making a transparency base, and then it turned out so perfect. If it doesn't, don't worry, because sometimes it doesn't turn out so clear as you want it, and you have to redo again until you get it as perfect as you want it. But this turned out good, and I really did love how it came out. Very clear. So that's the end of the video. Please share, subscribe, and then like this video for me. If you are new, please consider to subscribe to my channel as well, so that we will grow together. Thank you for watching. God bless you all, and I love you. Bye bye.